The boot camp kicks off today. It says to go live. I guess I'm just going to remove the Facebook one. Let's do that. All right. So it looks like LinkedIn and YouTube have it. So let's see if we got that. Boom. Folks, today is April 1st, and this was not an April Fool's joke. It is the first day of the Power Sport Academy boot camp. So this message goes out to some of the dealership owners that wanted to partake in what we're doing here with this boot camp, the 6-week kick it in the pants, get your dealership started. It's spring, the hot season's coming. Boom, let's go get it. This whole boot camp idea is, how do we take a course that's meant for a year's worth of training or ongoing training? I personally believe in the idea of continuous improvement. So I love the idea that dealers will sign up and they'll say, hey, work with my service manager. Hey, work with my service writers. Hey, work with my lead technician. Hey, work with my parts manager. And this goes on for a while, coaching calls and curriculum and all of that. There is that side of training in the Power Sport Academy. However, it had come to my attention over the last 5 years that some dealers were looking for the easy button. They're looking for the, hey, how can we do this in a month or 6 weeks or 2 months? How can we put something kind of condensed, impactful, but not a year and not $40,000? I don't have $40,000. And I thought, okay, how can I pay it forward? How can I help the power sports industry? How can I get this going in the right direction? Some people would say, why don't you do a 2-day workshop in a hotel somewhere? Why don't you say, hey, we're going to be in Wichita for 2 days, or we're going to be in San Jose for 2 days, or we're going to be in Philadelphia for 2 days. And here's the long and short of it. As a corporate training manager, one of the number one complaints I got was, it's costing me a fortune to take my people out of the store and send them somewhere for training. It's hotel stay, per diem, rental car, airfare, some other type of travel, something like that. It becomes hugely costly. And because everything's condensed into like a 2-day workshop, the aggregation, the retaining of information, other than being a rah-rah session to psych people up for the next week at work, they're not as helpful as they could be. Let's just leave it at that. So I think 2-day workshops had their place. I think in some cases they still have their place. I may still do some live events, but for the purpose of this course and for giving dealership owners the best bang for the buck, the best access to training curriculum, the best attention to detail, I took a bulk of our curriculum and I condensed it down to a 6-week boot camp where we meet once a week and we discuss the highlights of that curriculum for that week. Then we give out some homework. So then the next week, we'll review the homework. We'll go over some of the things that, the students had to come up with during that week. And then we go into some new curriculum. And then we close that down. Then the next week we meet. We review the homework. And then we go over the new curriculum. And this goes on for 6 weeks. At the end of the 6 weeks, the people that you have sent to the boot camp have come up with better ways to communicate with customers, better ways to communicate with other key players on their team, better ways to aggregate data and report to ownership. Like, hey, this is what my department does. This is the value we brought to the business this month. This is the value we brought to the business this quarter. Like, how cool would it be if you ran a motorcycle dealership and you actually had management members that were bringing you, content and reporting and things that made sense for a business owner to review without you having to kind of reinvent the wheel all the time. And so that's what the focus of the 6-week Power Sport Academy boot camp is all about. Now, I'm thrilled that today starts the 6-week boot camp, but I also know that there are some people that just didn't see the value in it. And that's okay. If you didn't see the value in it, if you're not ready to commit yet, to improving your staff, improving your business, taking better care of your customers. I understand business is expensive. I understand everyone's standing around with their hand out saying, hey, pay me, pay me, pay me. But the truth of the matter is I can't give this away for free. I just can't. There's no value in it if I do it for free. And so I brought it down as aggressive as I could. 6 weeks, $1,500, 30-day money back guarantee. I honestly, I don't see how anyone's going to do any better than that financially. So if that was the obstacle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. However, if your obstacle was, man, I hate Mondays. Why is this guy, our only day off out of the week is Monday, and this guy wants to meet on Mondays. That was by design. That was by design. That was so I would take people out of your business the least amount of time possible. And if you got to pay somebody or if you've got to take care of somebody and give them some pay to come to class on a Monday and you hated that idea, I guess I can get that. If that is the case, reach out to me directly, either on the platform that's here with a comment or a direct message. So if you're watching this on LinkedIn or you're watching this on YouTube, hit me with a direct message and say, Kurt, I would have been in if it was Wednesdays. Kurt, I would have been in if it was Friday afternoon. Kurt, I would have been in if it was Saturday morning before we opened. Let me know what your preference on schedule would have been. Remember, this is not traveling. This is not going to hotels and getting on airplanes and crazy things like that. This is opening up a computer and getting online for an hour. That's all this is, okay? But what we're bringing in that short amount of time is so impactful to a smaller business. It's incredible to even talk about the amount of low-hanging fruit and the differences that we can make with this boot camp. So if it was like, I just hate Mondays, or I can't compensate my people to work that 7th day out of the week, it just wasn't going to work. Kurt, I need a different day. If that's the case, send me the message or reach out through the Powersport Academy, powersportacademy.com, and let me know what your needs are. All right. Maybe we'll launch some more of these boot camps. Well, it depends on how successful this one is, to be honest with you. We got to make sure people are going to sign up and that they're going to be motivated to finish the 6 weeks. You got to finish the 6 weeks. Now, what we're looking to do as this grows, add a little bit more curriculum, maybe stretch it out to 7 or 8 weeks over time, maybe pop in a certification program where we can actually certify people and say, hey, you are fixed operations certified in the Powersport Academy. Hey, you are parts certified in the Powersport Academy. Hey, you are sales certified in the Powersport Academy. How cool would that be to be able to do that? But we need the traffic and we need the people and we need the numbers and the experience, quite honestly, to make that a reality, to make that even worth developing. So if you wanted to do it and it just didn't fit for some reason, message me and let me know, and we can start developing the program from the perspective of how do we meet the needs of the people that want to do it. If you own a power sports dealer and you're watching this video right now and you're like, I ain't paying for none of this stuff, I ain't doing any of this, we're gonna miss you when you close. It sounds rude. It sounds way overly confident on my side. I know for some of you that sounds incredibly insulting. But I have watched so many power sports dealers go out of business because they refuse to invest in their people, they refuse to invest in their processes, and they think that their love for power sports somehow by investing in this business, this dealership, is enough. And it's not enough. It's not enough. If you joined a 20 group, or if you got around other people that were focused on success in this industry, you would recognize that you need to train and invest in your staff and your processes to elevate your success. And so if you're not in that boat and you're going, this ain't for me, we're going to miss you when you're gone. All right. But if you are willing to train and invest in your people and invest in your business to have more success with your customers, I'd love to hear from you. Folks, that's it. Happy Monday. I don't have any April Fool's jokes. I really don't. I got to jump into class and run this boot camp. So have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.